Welcome to Valmiki Ramayan in English. Let's meet the creator behind it all, Dr. T.K. Bansal. What's so amazing is that he's a blind scientist from the University of Oxford, and he is on a pretty ambitious mission. Basically, he's presenting this ancient story for a whole new generation. He's taking the classic Valmiki Ramayan and turning it into modern English videos. The whole point is just to make this incredible story accessible to literally everyone.
And you know what? This is actually where you can help out.
It's really simple to support the project. Just like the videos, share, and subscribe.
Seriously, every little bit of engagement helps this amazing vision reach more people.
You know, I think we have this very modern, almost industrial relationship with the weather.
I really do.
We see it as something to overcome, right? We build tunnels through mountains, we fly over storms, we have central heating.
It's an inconvenience.
Exactly. If the weather is bad, we just ignore it and keep working. It's not a ruler.
And that is such a modern luxury. I mean, for most of human history, and certainly in the text we're talking about today, you didn't overcome the weather. You submitted to it.
Yeah.
And that submission wasn't just physical, it was psychological. It dictated the entire rhythm of your life.
Exactly. And that is really the mission for this deep dive. We're looking at a stack of notes and translations from the Srimad Valmiki Ramayana.
Specifically, the Kishkindha Kaanda, Canto 28.
And we aren't analyzing a battle or some big philosophy lecture. We're looking at a pause.
A huge pause.
We're analyzing how a single season, the monsoon or Varsha Ritu, completely dominates the narrative, the military strategy, and, the emotional state of the hero, Rama.
It's such a fascinating section because, narratively speaking, almost nothing happens. Not in terms of plot, anyway.
Right. Vali is dead.
Sugriva has been crowned king of the monkeys. Sita is still missing. And then, boom, the skies open up.
And it rains for months.
And Valmiki uses this rain to do something just incredible with the text. He turns the environment into a mirror.
It's not just background scenery.
No, it's a character. It's actively interacting with Rama.
So let's get into the imagery first, because the way Rama describes the start of the season is it's so visceral. He doesn't just say, oh, it's raining.
No, he describes the sky as a biological entity.
It's the sky as a body metaphor.
It is, yeah. It's all over Sanskrit poetry, but here it's so specific. He describes the sky as a pregnant woman.
I found that fascinating because he links it to this sort of solar cycle. He talks about how the sky has been impregnated by sunbeams sucking moisture from the oceans for 9 months.
Right.
And now the monsoon is the labor. The rain is the elixir of life finally being born.
It immediately connects the rain to fertility, to life cycles. Mm-hmm. And it's scientifically observant, the water cycle of evaporation and precipitation. But he frames it as a biological birth.
But what I love about this text is how quickly that life-giving image turns into something traumatic for Rama.
Oh, immediately.
He looks at the sunset and he doesn't see a pretty picture. He sees a wound.
The bandaged sky.
Yeah.
That image is so powerful.
It was one of the strongest, almost disturbing images for me. He describes the clouds as being white, like bandages, and the red glow of twilight. That's the blood seeping through.
And you have to think about where Rama's head is at. He's a warrior who just came out of a conflict. He's in exile. His wife was violently abducted.
Worse.
So when he looks at the horizon, he's projecting his own internal injury onto the entire cosmos. The sky isn't just red, it's bleeding.
It shows he can't escape the violence of his reality, not even in a sunset.
And the earth reacts to this bleeding sky in a way that feels really empathetic. There's that line about the heat rising off the ground. In summer, the earth is scorched, it's suffering.
And when the first cool rains hit that hot ground, steam rises.
And Rama personifies that steam as tears.
Right. He says the earth is like Sita, tormented by the heat of grief, and now she's shedding tears.
It creates this sympathetic resonance. The entire planet is in on Rama's drama. But there's a flip side to this, and this is where it gets so complex.
The contrast.
Yes. While Rama sees pain and wounds, the rest of the world, the animal kingdom, is throwing a party.
It's a brutal contrast. The text literally describes the forest as an orchestra. Valmiki assigns instruments to every animal.
It's an incredible symphony. You have the bees, they're the veena players humming the melody.
And the thunder.
The thunder is the mridangam. It's the percussion beating out this primal rhythm. And of course, the peacocks. They're the dancers.
Yeah.
Just crying out in joy. This is their season.
But the comparison that really stopped me, and I want to dig into this, is the frogs. Rama compares the frogs croaking to Brahmins chanting the Vedas.
It's one of the most culturally specific metaphors in the whole text. I mean, on a surface level, it's just about sound. Frogs hibernate during the heat, right? They're silent, buried in the mud.
Until the rain comes.
And then they all wake up and vocalize in unison. So to Rama, that rhythmic collective sound is like the chanting of scriptures in a gurukul.
But it's not just the sound, is it? It implies a return to order.
Precisely. The Brahmins chanting the Vedas represents the maintenance of Dharma, the cosmic order. It means the rituals are restarting, the cycle is functioning as it should, nature is returning to its proper order.
So the frogs are doing their duty.
The frogs are doing their duty. The mountains are doing their duty. Rama even describes them as students wearing black deer skins, which are the clouds, and sacred threads, which are the waterfalls.
The whole landscape is a sacred school.
Exactly. Nature is in perfect Dharma. And that just highlights the tragedy. Nature is in order, but Rama's life is in total chaos.
The world is right, but his world is wrong.
And that brings us to the core emotional theme of this whole section, viraha, the pain of separation.
Because Rama is looking at all this beauty, all this rightness, and it's hurting him.
That's the cruel irony of the monsoon in romantic literature. If you're with your lover, the rain is cozy, it's romantic, it's exciting.
If you're separated, it's torture.
Pure torture. There's a specific flower mentioned, the kutaj flower. It's blooming everywhere. Now, for Sugriva, seeing a field of flowers is delightful. But Rama says, these flowers are inflaming my grief.
It's like an irritant.
In Indian aesthetics, it's called udipana vibhava, the environment that stimulates the emotion. The rain, the flowers, the cool breeze. They're supposed to be erotic stimulants for lovers. But if the lover is absent, those same things become irritants. They burn.
It's like seeing a Valentine's Day display when you've just gone through a breakup.
Exactly. The beauty only reminds you of the void.
And speaking of the void and the darkness, we have to talk about the lightning. Because this isn't just scary weather for him. This reads like a flashback trigger.
It is a very visual trauma response. So Rama looks up at a dark, blue-black storm cloud. And inside it, he sees this flash of golden lightning just struggling to get out.
And he immediately sees Sita.
Yes. Sita has a golden complexion. Ravana, the demon king who abducted her, is often described as dark or blue-skinned. So the storm isn't just a storm for him.
It's a reenactment.
It's a reenactment. He's watching his wife struggle in the grasp of a demon played out on a cosmic scale in the sky.
That is just terrifying. It means he literally cannot look up without seeing her being taken.
And he can't look down without seeing the earth crying like her. He's trapped.
And physically, he's trapped too. This is a detail we might miss in our age of GPS. The text mentions that the stars and the moon are hidden by the clouds.
Which means navigation is
It's impossible.
impossible. You can't tell north from south. The cardinal directions have collapsed. And for a man whose whole mission is to find someone, being unable to determine direction, that's a powerful symbol of his helplessness.
He's quite literally lost. He doesn't know which way to even step.
Not at all.
I want to pivot to the ground level descriptions for a second because while Rama is suffering, the imagery of the flora and fauna is so lush, it's like the earth is dressing up.
It really is.
There's the description of the Indragop insects.
The red velvet mites. Tiny, bright, red, fuzzy bugs that just appear in the millions during the rains.
And Rama describes the earth covered in fresh green grass and dotted with these red bugs. He says it looks like a woman wrapped in a parrot green shawl speckled with crimson dye.
It's such a high-definition image. It emphasizes that the earth is beautifying itself. It's vibrant, it's sexual, it's alive.
And speaking of sexual, the river imagery in this canto is surprisingly bold. The rivers are personified as women, but not passive women.
No, not at all. They're described as amorous, bold women who are breaking their banks.
And the text frames this as them rushing to their lover, the ocean.
Right. It creates this atmosphere of aggressive, passionate movement. The river breaks its banks, which you can read as social boundaries or modesty, and rushes headlong, carrying gifts of trees and flowers to merge with the sea.
It's the Abhisarika motif, right? The woman who braves the storm to meet her lover.
Exactly. It paints the monsoon as a time of uncontrollable passion.
So you have all this movement, rivers rushing, birds migrating, elephants roaring, nature is just reproducing, but then we have the human element, the strategic element.
And that's where the political world just hits a wall.
This is the great pause.
This is the great pause. And this part, I think, is most relevant to understanding the structure of the whole epic. The monsoon isn't just a mood, it's a military red light.
Rama notes that kings halt their military marches. Armies just stop where they are.
They have to. In ancient warfare, you could not march an army during the monsoon. The roads, which were dirt tracks, would just turn into marshes.
Uncrossable.
Completely. If you tried to move an army, you'd lose half of it to mud and disease before you even saw the enemy.
So the rain acts as a mandatory ceasefire. It's imposed by the heavens.
Enmities are temporarily cooled because you literally cannot get to your enemy to fight them.
And this puts Rama in this terrible, agonizing bind. He has the alliance with Sugriva. He has the army. The Vanaras are ready. He has the motivation.
Sita is suffering every single day.
But the mud says no.
And this really highlights Rama's discipline, doesn't it? A lesser hero might have tried to force it. They might have said, I don't care about the rain. My wife is missing. We march now.
But Rama accepts reality. He decides to wait for autumn, for Sharad.
It's a display of Dridi fortitude. He aligns himself with the laws of time. He knows that fighting the season is just a waste of energy. It's strategic patience.
He has to win the battle against his own impulse to act too soon.
But, and this is so crucial, he isn't just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. He's watching.
He's observing the political landscape.
He's watching Sugriva.
Right. And this is where the tension shifts from the weather to the politics, because Sugriva is having a great monsoon.
He's having a wonderful time.
He's regained his kingdom. He has his wife Rama back. He's safe in his palace, dry, comfortable.
And Rama is outside, in a cave on a mountain, getting rained on.
Rama makes a very pointed observation here. He starts talking about the ethics of gratitude. I highlighted this section because it feels like a real pivot point.
It is.
He says to Lakshmana, essentially, Sugriva is enjoying his reward right now. He suffered a long time, so let him have his moment.
And it sounds generous at first. It sounds like he's being understanding.
But then comes the hammer. He says, but a hero who receives a favor and forgets to repay it, that person hurts the hearts of noble people.
It's a velvet-wrapped threat. It's a very specific warning about the code of conduct between kings.
So what he's saying is, I'm observing the dharma of the season by waiting. I expect Sugriva to observe the dharma of friendship by preparing.
It feels like a coiled spring, doesn't it? Rama is quiet, but he's keeping score. He's implying that if the rain stops and Sugriva doesn't show up, there will be consequences.
And he's right to be worried. I mean, comfort is a powerful drug. Sugriva has everything he ever wanted. Why would he want to launch a suicidal war against demons now?
Rama knows human nature, or I guess monkey nature. He knows that gratitude often fades once the need is met.
So the rain is actually a test. It's testing Rama's patience, but it's also testing Sugriva's integrity.
That's the question, isn't it? Will you remember your promise when the sun comes out?
And Lakshmana, who is usually the hothead, he actually plays the role of the stabilizer here. He praises Rama's observations.
Yeah, Lakshmana basically says, don't worry, Sugriva isn't ungrateful. He'll come through. Let's just wait for the clear skies.
They make a pact to just endure the season together.
Right.
They accept that they can't bend the world to their will right now. They have to sit in the pause.
It's such a contrast to how we operate today. We feel like if we aren't moving forward, we're failing. But here, the pause is part of the strategy.
The pause is the work.
That's exactly what this canto teaches. The grieving, the observing, the enduring of the rain. That is the preparation for the war. You can't have the victory in the Battle of Lanka without the psychological hardening of the monsoon on Malivan Mountain.
The environment forces them to stop doing and start being.
And that's where character is revealed. Sugriva reveals his character in how he handles pleasure during the pause. Rama reveals his itia in how he handles pain.
So if we step back and look at this whole deep dive, what are the big takeaways? For me, the first one is just this idea that nature is not neutral.
No, it is not. The duality of nature is central here. The monsoon is a time of celebration for the peacocks and the elephants. It's a time of romance for the rivers.
But for the grieving human, it's a time of isolation.
Nature is indifferent to Rama's pain, yet paradoxically, it mirrors it perfectly with the bleeding sky and the crying earth.
And the second takeaway for me is the absolute power of the seasons over human affairs.
It's the ancient view that we are not the masters of our domain. Even the avatar Vishnu, even the greatest kings, have to bow to the weather. War and peace are determined by the rain.
It's humbling.
It is. It's a humbling reminder of our place in the cosmos.
It changes how I think about delays in our own lives. You know, we complain about rainy days, times when we're stuck, when we can't make progress, when the roads are washed out.
But if even Rama had to sit in a cave and wait for the mud to dry, maybe we can cut ourselves some slack.
Or maybe we need to ask ourselves the hard question. While we're waiting for our personal rain to stop, are we sharpening our arrows like Rama, or are we getting a little too comfortable in the palace like Sugriva?
That is the question. How do you spend the pause?
Something to mull over the next time you get caught in a downpour. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Ram.